All right, we are live.
We are live, yeah.
Welcome to another episode of 20 Minutes by Noco. Today, we're diving into design with the one and only Leonardo.
Hi,
Hey, man.
nice to meet everyone who's listening right now.
Awesome. Leo,
How's it going? How's it going,
good,
Jelle?
man. How about you? How about you?
All good, all good. Little bit rainy here in Amsterdam
It
today.
is, huh? It is.
Yeah, I think it's typical Dutch weather, right?
Yeah, we're going into that season again. Not my
hmm
favorite one, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right?
It is what it
It
is.
is what it is. Different than Italy, right? That's a little bit of different.
Yeah, kind of, kind of. I think that autumn is kind of like pretty much the same,
Yeah.
but yeah, summer is definitely different.
Yeah.
A lot of sun, a lot of sea, and good
Yeah,
season.
man. All
But
right.
hey, love Netherlands.
Yeah, right. It's a good country. It's a good country.
Yeah,
Hey, Leo, give the people a little bit of an introduction. Tell them who you are. What is your background? What are you doing at Noco?
yeah. So I'm a designer at Noco. I'm specialized in B2B SaaS and digital products. Yeah, I mainly focus on conducting UX research as well as building scalable design systems to perform and to improve performances for our customers, basically.
Yeah, and to make epic
So
designs, right?
yeah, epic
That
designs, yeah.
convert.
So really, yeah, of course. So really happy to be here right now.
Nice. Good to have you on the
This
call.
is my first time.
It's your first time, and I'm really happy that you are here. I know that you are a super talented designer, and you are really structured. So that's super interesting to talk about, and also to talk about why it's important as a designer to work in a structured way. Not only because it's good for yourself as a designer, but also for the customer. It's way more
Yeah,
scalable,
sure.
and that's something where we are going to zoom in today. We are going to talk about variables and why are variables important. Why do you need them? And not only for design, but also for development. I know that we are going to zoom in into the design part of things, but it's super important to also explain why it is important for development, for scalability. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, take us through the process and explain us how you work and why you work in that way.
yeah, sure. So basically, why variables are important, right? Why do we have to focus on that part of design? Well, um, think about this. Every time your brand color changes, do you really want that your team updates hundreds and hundreds of components such as buttons, tags, labels, as well as even spacings, typography, and everything that is related to values in your design? Well, of course not, that because that would be really a mess, right? So yeah, that's where basically variables in Figma comes in, right? So what is a variable? A variable is essentially a value related to a name. So, for example, it could be something like primary 500 for colors, or it could be something like body weight bold for typography. So basically, this value you connect it once, and whenever you update that value, it automatically updates everywhere in your design file. So by that, I mean your marketing sites, your social media posts, as well as, of course, all the components. So basically, it's one source of truth consistent across all the touch points.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, it is. It is really interesting, and it's really handy for us as a designer. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much how a variable
Yeah,
works.
yeah. Um, Before we share the screen, I know that variables are important for us, right? Like our developers pretty much exactly copy what we create in Figma. And that's for them, basically the building blocks of how a website will look. I know that design can be super fancy, can look amazing, but then again, it's super important that the fundamentals are in place, and not only for designers and developers, but also for marketing managers, because indeed they have like social media posts, and they maybe onboard new people in their team, and these new people want to know exactly how does the design system work, what colors do we have, right, for online but also for offline. And I think it's really valuable to, before we do a full website redesign, to think about this and have this in place from the first step, and have a check-off moment with the customer as well, that that's the direction that we go for. And yeah, man, that's super
Sadly.
important. So
Yeah.
please take us through how that looks in Figma, and how variables are pretty much how they are set up in Figma.
Yeah, sure. Well, related to that thing that you just said, I think that when design files are messy, the cost isn't just visual, right? It's money, it's time, it's brand
Yeah.
trust, it's a lot of things. And I think that having inconsistent buttons and different shade of blue, for example, or multiple typography styles means that developers and marketers basically can reuse those assets. So they end up recreating things from
Yeah.
scratch, which is not that good. You have to do it basically every single time. The result is that you have slower launches, marketing that looks slightly off compared to the product, and of course a brand that feels less reliable to the
Yeah,
customers. So yeah, it's an important part.
it is.
So let me share my screen and I'll show you how it works. Let's jump into Figma.
All right.
There you go. So basically, I've prepared this simple hero section here for a fictional B2B SaaS product, which is called Flow Stack, for example. What's important here is not the content itself, but it's how it's built, right? So, for example, let's start with the colors. Right now, as you can see, the brand color here is orange. And if I go into the variable panel, which is here, we have all the variables, color variables related to this design file. So we have, for example, text, UI, background, dividers and borders, buttons, etc. So let's say that we want to change this color because for many reasons somebody wants to change this for brand purposes or something
Yeah,
else, for example. We can just go here in this value and we can change it to blue, and then it changes basically everywhere.
magic.
And not only it's like a magic trick, right? So basically, it doesn't work only on the hero section here, but also on the social media posts. Yeah, it works like kind of like magic, right?
Yep. Can you zoom in a little bit
And
more, so we have it a little bit more in our face? Um, yeah. So this
yes,
is
sure,
essentially what variables are and what they are doing. On the bottom, you basically see your setup, right? That's how you basically set up the whole structure. And the nice thing about that is
exactly,
that structure that you see on the bottom of the page is exactly how it also works in Webflow. So when a
exactly.
developer starts,
Basically, you copy exactly. You can copy and paste these variables into Webflow, and then you're ready to go. Basically,
and that's really valuable.
um, yeah, that's really handy. And this doesn't work only on colors, but we have these variables also related to the typography, for example. So let's say that we want to change this this font here. So we go here, typography. We have here the font family, the weight, for example. Let's say that the client and the customer doesn't want this Helvetic anymore. So let's say that he wants for so many reasons something that is different, such as big city, which is a bold font. everything changes
Completely different
throughout
look.
the entire. Yeah, exactly. Changes everything.
Yeah, this is really
So
valuable, man. This
this
wins a
is
lot of time.
something that is yeah, exactly. It's the things. Really, really related to the things that I was saying before, right? It's not just visual. It's money. It's time consuming if you have an entire file design. Because here, right now, we're seeing just a hero section, but sometimes a website could be something like 20, 25, or 30 pages. It's just really time consuming to go throughout the entire web design and change everything. So having something like variables, it's really handy as a designer. Um, so the cool thing about variables actually is that every variable can also have a counterpart, right? So as you can see here in the colors, we have light mode and dark mode, and yeah, it's depending on the theme. For example, in this case, and watch what happens when I switch the theme right now here. So we have light mode, but also we can change it into dark mode,
Yeah,
and
nice.
everything changes.
Really nice. Also the social media
In
posts. Yeah, it is.
exactly,
It is.
we can do this also here,
Yeah, this is
and
really
then
valuable.
everything changes.
Yeah, especially nowadays, right? When light and dark mode are becoming more part of the system, not only on mobile
Exactly.
phones but also on desktops. Sometimes even based on time. So let's say it's 5 o'clock. I have my screen a little bit more dimmed because it's the light outside is dimmed, and
Mhm.
my operating system activates dark mode. We are oftentimes thinking now that we should sort of like design in light and dark mode because of that. So to really give the people that are searching on a website or navigating through a website, really give that full experience of dark and light mode. And I think that all starts with design, because you can do it in development with some JavaScript or some code. But in this way, you can really think about it from the start. And yeah, with
Yeah,
one click, you can
exactly.
already change to a dark theme, which is, I mean, that's super fast and super quick. Back in the days, you needed to basically change every single page, every single font, every single button, everything you needed to change manually one by one. Well, imagine you having a mid-size website of like, I don't know, 25 pages or something like that. Then it's really
Yeah,
time consuming to change everything, right?
yeah, yeah, it is. I think it's also important this for marketing consistency, because some kind of way marketing teams rely on product design assets every single day, such as screenshots, mockups, landing pages,
That's
creatives, etc. Yeah, exactly. If your design file is messy, the marketing team ends up hacking visuals together. And the result is campaign that looks slightly off the product, which weakens trust in your brand.
We've seen that many times.
But yeah, yeah, definitely. And with a well-organized file, marketing can move just as fast as products. So they can grab a consistent UI, build new landing pages, for example, and launch campaigns without waiting for designer to fix things sometimes. So I think that that consistency kind of sort of builds trust in some kind of way. So yeah, I think it's really important to understand how you have to be structured
Yeah, no,
in your design.
definitely. And I think also the web is changing fast, right? And I'm not saying that you need to change your entire brand every month. However, let's say you pick this system, you take these variables, and you just simply create a landing page, for example, with a different color. I mean, imagine having this built into Webflow, right? Because that's essentially why we are doing this from the design phase up. Let's say you have this in Webflow. It's also really easy to create landing pages for campaigns yourself, right? You don't need to rely fully on
Exactly.
a designer anymore. You will always rely on us, of course, when you want to do more than this, because it's design is way more than this. But it's still super valuable, I think, for a lot of marketing managers and people that are running the marketing team to have this in place.
Exactly. Of course, you always need a designer and developer to do this kind of stuff, because otherwise you don't have anyone to that basically built this. It's not something that comes up out of nowhere. But yeah, it's just something that makes it easier for everyone to handle. Um, so I think it's really important to have something like this structured in your design file.
Yeah. Well, this counts, of course. What you did right now, of course, is a reflection of color and mostly color, I would say, in typography. But it also counts for responsiveness, right? Like, let's say we have mobile screens and maybe even tablet. I know that we do desktop and mobile. But even on mobile, everything changed in your mobile design as well. That's also good to mention, because yeah, I mean, it can often be like a file size of, I don't know, 40 pages or something. So yeah, really a fan of this. So yeah, I think what is good to mention to everyone that is watching and listening is we started with this topic, and the reason why is because we believe that this is all about fundamentals, design fundamentals. This is where you start. This is where you shape up your style guide. This is part of your style guide.
Yeah,
And we will have, many more episodes when we dive more into design itself, but also what Figma is capable of. We will cover a lot of AI stuff. But yeah, we felt like we needed to start here. I know, again, Leo, you are super structured in everything. And that's really a winning factor in the long term. And I think it's good that we, started our 20 minutes with this topic.
yeah. Episode 1.
Episode 1 of many, right?
Yeah,
Just wanted to say to everyone that we will do way more recordings together, and again, we will talk about all the fun stuff that is currently available, not only within Figma but also in the whole entire design world. The landscape is changing really fast, and a lot of fun stuff is going on with AI. Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to all the episodes. I want to thank everyone for watching and listening. And again, more will come.
yeah. More welcome.
All right.
New episodes on the way.
Thanks, Leo. And well, until the next time.
Thank you very much, Jelle, for the opportunity.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.